Nervous, Hawk?
I know we have to do this, but I don't want to lose people.
But what a way to go. A heroic sacrifice for the good of Kirkwall? There are worse endings, you know. You know me, Hawk. I'm not one for long goodbyes. But this, defending innocent people, preserving our way of life, this is worth doing.
Whatever I'm going into, it's good to have you along.
It has been an honor, Hawk. What do you say we put an end to all this waiting around and go meet destiny?
We've faced down worse things than this, Varric. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, I hate it when you say that.
There's nothing to be afraid of, Varric. We can handle this.
The scary part is, when you say that, I actually start to believe it. I must be going crazy in my old age. We haven't always seen eye to eye. Height notwithstanding. I'm not sure we should be doing this. Helping dangerous people run amok. But I'm with you.
There's no telling what's waiting for us.
Just like always.
We've been in hundreds of battles. This is no different.
At least one of us is confident.
The only part of this that worries me is, where are we going for the victory celebration? The hanged man was wrecked.
I think looters hit it before the fighting started. Nobody wants to pillage sober.
It's going to be a tough battle.
Yeah, it is. I won't lie to you. This story of ours could end real badly.
My mother didn't raise any stupid children. I know how dangerous this fight will be.
Well, that's comforting. It's the most dangerous thing we could ever do, but at least we know that.
Is it only my weakness that makes me wish you had killed me? I feel vengeance scrabbling inside like a mad beast, and it hurts even to imagine turning against my people. Do you truly think we can still turn this around?
We must show that the revolution failed. Then the mages can work for peaceful change.
Perhaps they will. But I will not be part of it.
Don't worry. We'll almost certainly die out there anyway.
I'm glad you see that. Goodbye, Hawk. You've been a better friend than I ever knew.
You said you'd atone for your crimes. Don't complain about it.
I will do my best to make up for the damage I caused. But I cannot live past this.
Show me you're serious about making up for what you've done.
You've always tried to save me from myself. But I was cursed before I met you. Vengeance will always be inside me. I cannot risk losing myself to him again. But if I die, now or after, perhaps it will be justice and not vengeance who rises from my corpse. I will always love you. You decided to join the mages after all. Will it sully your victory to have me here?
If we win, it will be more your victory than mine.
It will be a victory for us all.
If you want to help mages, be gone from here. They cannot win with a murderer at their head.
I wish you victory. I underestimated you, Hawk. I really thought when it was put to the test, you'd have to kill me. You truly are the leader we've been waiting centuries for.
Mages must have their freedom. It might as well begin here.
I never imagined you'd be standing beside me now. May the Maker bring us victory. Maybe if he shows his approval, the world will finally be ready to change.
Our victory here will change Thedas forever.
Thank you for standing by me. We would not have reached this point without you. I should have trusted you. Even with all we've shared, I never thought you'd spare my life. If we live through this, you know I'll be hunted. No one in Kirkwall will offer me mercy. But if you would join me, I'd rather be on the run with you than safe with anyone else.
Then we will be fugitives together.
We can build a world where no one ever dies for being how the Maker created them. 10 years, 100 years from now, someone like me will love someone like you. And there will be no Templars to tear them apart. May the Maker bring us victory, or everything else is meaningless. We will fight for a world where our children can be born mages and free.
If we win this, I'll kill anyone who tries to arrest you.
Kirkwall can't change alone, love. Even if we win here, it will take years of open warfare throughout Thedas before mages could be safe. If you wish to stay with me, you must join me in that fight.
I know I'll never be the most important thing in your life. I won't kill you. but I'm not coming with you.
I wish I had no loyalties greater than you. That's the freedom I'm fighting for.
Make sure you're ready. I need you at your best.
Don't worry. I'm not about to give you another reason to jabber on about how unreliable I am.
You don't have to be here if you don't want to be.
And if I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be. Your life would have been easier if you had just cut me out of it. But you stood by me. You defied the Canary, and fought their Arashok for me, even after I betrayed you.
You came back to help me. Defending you from the Arashok was the least I could do.
And don't think I'm not grateful for that.
If you'd gone with them, I wouldn't have been able to yell at you.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you wanted to yell at me so badly then.
I just don't like the Canary all that much.
And don't think I'm not grateful for that. I know I don't exactly inspire confidence, but I swear, I'm going to come through for you this time. When you look for me, I'll be fighting at your side.
Shouldn't you be halfway to Tevinter by now?
Maker's breath. Take off with a priceless relic once, and you never hear the end of it. I know, we've had our disagreements. I've wanted to choke you so many times that I've lost count. But I don't regret any of it. Knowing you has made me want to become a better person.
I knew there was a heart in there, somewhere, preserved by years of hard drinking.
Exactly.
I hope this doesn't mean you'll go easy on our enemies.
Don't worry, I'll still be fighting dirty. I'll just be doing it for the right reasons.
I'm honored to hear you say that.
Well, all right. But don't get used to it. I know I don't exactly inspire confidence. But I swear, I'm going to come through for you this time. When you look for me, I'll be fighting at your side.
Make sure you're ready. I need you at your best.
Don't worry. For once, I have something real to fight for. I'm not going to let that go.
Shouldn't you be halfway to Tevinter by now?
I'm not leaving. If you insist on fighting for some principle or other, I'm going to be right beside you. It figures, doesn't it? I finally find someone I want to be with, and suddenly everything is exploding. Tell me I'm not going to lose you.
I promise we'll get through this.
I'm going to hold you to that, Hawk.
Who knows? I could survive, but you could die.
That would make the sex very awkward. I took a chance on love. Don't let me down. Don't you dare. I finally find someone I want to be with, and the Templars decide to go crazy and kill everyone.
I hope you're prepared for what we're about to face. Desperation will drive these mages to terrible acts. I've seen it before. It will not be pretty.
What do you mean?
The Imperium has its own Templars, and they too must act when mages cross the line. The line is in a different place, but the end result is the same. We will see abominations born of terror and wrath. Men you never believed capable of depravity, embracing it gladly.
I don't think it's too late. It doesn't have to go that far.
We shall see.
Abominations and blood mages. Sounds like a Tuesday.
It does sound that way, doesn't it?
We can't simply sit back and watch.
And we aren't. Now the battle awaits us. Navia Lerno Victoria. Only the living know victory. Fight well. I may not get the chance to say this again. Meeting you was the most important thing that ever happened to me, Hawk. Promise me you won't die. I can't bear the thought of living without you.
I didn't quite catch that. Could you speak up?
Then let me make it clearer for you.
I don't make that promise. Unless you do.
Nothing is going to keep me from you.
I don't plan on dying.
You'd better not. Here I am, about to defend these mages in hopeless battle. You lead me to strange places, Hawk.
Sometimes you have to do the right thing.
I'll take your word on that.
I'll take you to stranger places than this. Just watch.
A tempting offer.
This isn't so strange, really. What's one more life or death battle?
An excellent point. Then let me say one more thing. in case it's the last. You're a good friend. The only one I've ever had. It will be an honor to fight at your side.
I expect you to fight to the best of your ability.
Of course, there is no turning back. Then let me say one more thing, in case it's the last. Meeting you was the only good fortune I've ever had. It will be a privilege fighting at your side.
It's hard to look at these apostates and not see Anders. Andraste says we're all children of the Maker, and deserve the freedom to walk by his side or throw ourselves to the void. Still, I can't imagine she would support this chaos.
Andraste wouldn't want her chantry to be a prison and torture chamber. We must reclaim her mercy.
You're right. I should not need you to remind me of such things. We must show that the chantry cannot condone tyranny among its Templars. We'll worry about the mages after. To victory, my friend, by any means necessary.
Oh, she'd probably be lighting fires and screaming freedom with the rest of them.
I always imagined her with a bit more dignity. But she was a strong defender of the oppressed.
I'm sorry about the Grand Cleric, but there's much more at stake.
She was a mother to me. To every brother and sister in the Chantry. He never took a moment to get to know her. But not every mage is Anders. We're here to help those who have suffered unduly at our hands.
We've made our decision. I can't go back on it now.
Then I pray Andraste is watching from the Maker's side, and understands that whatever happens, our intentions were good. I don't know that we can win this, Hawk, or even if we should. But I will not turn from you now. You've been a good friend. It will be my honor to fight at your side. I've never known a woman like you. I wish... Never mind. We cannot afford distractions now. If Elthina had stood firm behind the Knight Commander, this wouldn't have happened. There are times when even the best intentions lead to the void.
Let's skip the mushy stuff. We've got mages to kill.
And there's no one I'd rather do that with. The Maker favors us in this fight. He must, for we defend against his enemies. If we fall here, may we meet again at his side.
Their rebellion will stop here.
I would not speak ill of the dead, but I wish Elthina had understood that need. These mages will not stop until they overthrow the Chantry. There was never peace to be made with them.
That was a terrible way to die. The Grand Cleric deserved better.
As did your mother, Hawk. We've both lost those dear to us to these Maleficarum. You're an amazing woman, Hawk. Had we met in different times... But let's not think on that now. We must defeat these mages, whatever it takes. They shall face the righteousness of the Maker.
With Carver, I never got the chance to say goodbye. I won't let that happen now. Brother, if we don't come back from this, never doubt that I love you. All these years, I've tried to understand what Andraste saw. Why she had to lock us up. But my powers come from the Maker. And I just cannot believe that is his will.
Being in the Circle must have been hard. Do you ever wish you'd come on the expedition?
If I had, who knows where I'd be now. I always thought it was hard growing up outside the Circle, always on the run. I never realized how free I was. Maybe it took being locked in the gallows to understand my place in this world. To see the need to free my fellow mages.
Of all we did, if you could change one thing, what would it be?
I'd have thrown Carver and his stupid ass so he wouldn't attack that ogre. He was always such a show-off. Everything else? The Maker is wiser than we can be in a lifetime. Who am I to question his plan?
I couldn't ask for a better sister.
May the Maker bless you and keep you, brother. I wish Mother had lived long enough to see this. I hope she's found peace.
He just enjoys watching us rip each other apart.
I cannot believe that. The Maker is just and merciful. This injustice was created by men. A new age begins today. People will overcome their fears and find better ways to live with mages. Whether we live to see it or not, A new day is coming, brother.
Don't talk like that.
Prove me wrong, brother. I wouldn't have chosen this life, but the Maker gave it to me for a reason. Maybe this is it.
Does that mean you forgive me?
I used to imagine what would have happened if I'd stayed with Mother instead of going on that damned expedition. Was Carver not enough for the Darkspawn? Did they have to steal my life as well? But the Wardens serve a purpose, a noble one. I can't regret helping them.
He picked one damned roundabout way to do it.
You never change, do you? Maybe the Maker knew we needed that much time to understand. Maybe it's his favor you seek by siding with Meredith. If so, I hope you lead us both into his light.
Brother, you always seem to find a way to make my life difficult. I should be hunting archdemons, but it feels right to be at your side again.
This is where you should be. The Brother's Hawk.
That won't always be the case. You know that. I've seen a lot of things. The world out there. It needs help. But I can start here. Who'd have thought, huh? Two nobodies from Lothering.
Just don't go catching the blight again, or whatever it is we mages carry.
I'm pretty much the Walking Dead already, thanks. You kind of accept that as a warden. So really nothing to fear today except looking like an arse. Take care of that for me, will you? I've put in my time.
Don't go soft on me. We'll need some anger for the fight.
Don't worry about that. I have to make sure your mess doesn't get out of control. The world is a big place, but the faces are the same. We do right here. We make a difference. You'll get my best, and then some. I wish Mother could have seen us like this. I don't know what she would think about the rest, but...
Don't make me tear up in front of the others, you jackass.
Rubbed your collar with onions. Aveline's idea. I'm proud to call you brother. That's gone unsaid too long. In war, victory, champion. And whatever else may come.
Can't change the past, Carver. That's for bards and liars.
Is there a difference?
She always knew it would take something like this to bring us together.
I suppose she did. I never thought that joining the Templars would actually bring us side by side. It's good.
Just don't be in a hurry to join the Maker, all right?
I'm a Templar, not a cleric. I'd prefer to stay in this world as long as possible. And if I can make it an ordered place without looking like a zealot, all the better. We'll save the chant of light for the tavern later. You'd be surprised how good it sounds as a drunken brown song.
This is where you should be. The Brother's Hawk.
That won't always be the case. You know that. Whatever we do here, this is the start of something big. But we can set a course. Tension like this is hidden in a lot of places. We set an example here. We make a difference. You'll get my best. And then some.
Onions on my collar.
I don't know what you're talking about. What a mess. You really put loyalty to the test, you know. I tried to keep the guards out of this, but... there have been losses. I'm gonna hate you for this.
Starting to doubt me?
Never. Almost never. Let's keep the damage to a minimum, shall we? I've walked away from too many wastelands for one lifetime.
Captain.
Not for much longer if this goes bad.
I have Aveline, the captain of the guard. I'm not worried.
Ever forward, is that it? I'm with you. I just hope there's a Kirkwall for us to come back to. One that will have us.
I never wanted to mess up your life like this.
I think it's something that just sort of happens to friends of yours. Hawk, it's worth it. Let's bust some heads like the old days. We're in for a mess now. How do you talk me into these things? Donnick has kept the guard protecting civilians. It's been contained so far, but we really need some luck going ahead.
I know I make life hard for you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're a piece of work, you know. The Maker will be honored to have you at his side.
I have Aveline, the captain of the guard. I'm not worried.
You're right mad sometimes, you know that? But a good cause trumps good sense any day. I'm ready, champion. As I'll ever be.
Starting to doubt me?
Starting? These aren't Darkspawn. These were brothers of some sort just days ago. Don't make a bloody mess of it. You know, I'll never forgive you for this, right? Some of my guards, they stand with the Templars. With luck, well, let's just say we need some luck. Donnic has kept the guard protecting civilians. Meredith will have no support from them.
Everything will be all right.
I suppose whether we succeed or fail doesn't really matter. I'm ready for whatever comes. Does all this feel like a dream to you, too?
I can't believe it's come to this.
You'll get us through this. You always do. Hawk, before we go...
Merrill, whatever happens, I'm proud to have known you.
In a moment, I'll look down and see I have no pants on.
The champion of Kirkwall going to battle naked. Why can't I ever have that dream? Hawk, before we go...
Haven't I said you worry too much? We'll be fine. Come on.
Don't get distracted now.
I won't. I promise I won't let you down this time. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Or there's more to do, or... My love.
I love you. Whatever happens, remember that.